Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. You read the title, and this is talking about the old girl's video from yesterday's stream that I did, and like I said, narcissistic males and females. Narcissistic, derelict males and females will not give up adult entertainment. We're talking about like the adult industry. We're gonna talk about this person. It's Tay Baby. She said that, and she got some flack from that. I was trying to find a video in my history log on YouTube, and she probably apparently took it down. I don't know if it's up or whatever, but she probably got a lot of dislikes on it because she don't know nothing about the male species body. She's caught up in this so-called red pill space, what you call manosphere and all this other stuff. These dudes are blue pill. See, 1.0 manosphere was red pill. They had their own website, I would say, for like those years when they started during 08, and then it ended in 2014. And the rest of us just left. Now, 2015, so I've been on YouTube a long time. I have a long memory myself. I've been on YouTube since the very beginning. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, Leonard? And these dudes don't understand, like, what I was trying to say yesterday. I was being direct at old girl. Like, girl, they're not going to stop. There's a reason why these dudes will continue to watch the nasty stuff. You know what I mean? It's all over the internet, and it's big business. And the problem is we got to just, turn it off or whatever. You don't get obsessed to it. And sometimes you just got to leave it alone. Now, if you have a wife, whatever, if you fellas got wives here, she don't be watching that stuff. Or it gets tiresome. Now, I know men, naturally, we can have multiple women. Or should I say multiple females or whatever. But the sad part, and I like what's his name? DJ Music. Shouts out to DJ Music. I saw his live stream. He was talking about Puff and them. I don't care about no Diddy over here. But I'm just saying, he said men are fertilized. I like how he said that. He was talking about the female plant. See, there's some truth to that, what he was saying, but he was going by scripture. And I like that. See, a lot of dudes don't like this dude. They ain't trying to say he's pandering. He ain't pandering. He just respects men and women. He's old school. A lot of these guys misuse the word pandering. I understand they don't like Bronzo. He's kind of misled on some things, but I wouldn't compete with no females, no way. These dudes love females. They don't love no woman now. Nobody should now. They say women are naturally good. That's what they say. But, in the market of this utilitarian society, you have weak males running it that have a little bit of sociopathic. I mentioned that yesterday, and they have a little narcissism. Now, most sociopaths don't have that. They can usually be nonchalant or whatever. But you do have the ones that have the narcissistic trait, personality. Everybody's different. It's like 3 layers. But you got multiple layers. Now, you do have a Kevin Samuels type. Was polarizing, right? He's the most polarizing community narcissist I've ever seen in my life. Him and Trump, the way they have these followers and they try to say they agree with everything. They think just like him. Now, these females say they hate Kevin. No, you don't. You love narcissistic men. You love these dudes in the street beating your head and always beat up a woman because that's in them. They go after weak people. You have to understand, narcissistic people go after weak people. They always use the word. Here's why I can't stand these females and these males. They always use the word entitlement, gaslighting, all that other stuff. But you gotta understand, y'all perpetuate that. You're giving them power. See, put them in front of a bunch of sociopaths, psychopaths, they wouldn't last. A psychopath will destroy them. See what I'm saying? They pray. Even the guys that tell you're doing crime. But somehow, this utilitarian narcissist will find a way to dance around the issue and make these laws. And that's what they do. All your lawyers have that mentality. There ain't no lawyers that's perfect. But narcissism disorder is a real thing. It does exist on both genders. But the sad part, these boys done create these females that's like that y'all complain about. Y'all love hoes too much. And this girl, what's her name? She's right, but where she goes wrong is that ain't the problem. This is an ongoing problem forever since this country was created. And they never talk about the utilitarian side of why those laws are backwards anyway, but y'all agree to them. You have to understand, it's modernized now. Back in the day when it was founded, and I just watched Cerulean on one of my old streams, and we talked about this years ago. We talked about this 3 years ago on October 24th. I'll never get it. On 2021, that was 3 years ago. It was on the 24th of October. It'll be 3 years this year. And he said and I said on the stream, y'all can go watch it, on the tail end of it, is I talked about this around the 9-hour mark, right? Somewhere around in the minutes, right? And we talked about what's really good, right? If y'all watch that stream. And we said the same thing, and I brought up the philosophy, what makes these guys like BGS and all them. They're a bunch of narcissists, man. And shouts out to DJ Music pointing that out about their pedo behavior. And he throws some names in there. And then there's some truth to that. And I'm not going to get into it because the Igmore clan is sick like that. Their leader is sick. And that's why I always talk about this sick shit. And I've noticed this in 2020. And I didn't say nothing back then because I was quiet. Because I was trying to figure out, are they same-sexuals? Do they hate a lot of women and all this other stuff? Or females? You know, females, they love whores. There's a difference between it's what you act like. But sometimes a lot of dudes just like weak females, but they love weak women. But I ain't saying all women are bad. It's not all. No, it's the majority of females that claim to be women, but they're not. It's their actions. But you do understand that this stuff exists on the internet. See, you have to understand about Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube wants a mainstream Disney-like, well, the Disney thing's out the door because everybody's getting searched by the top of their own. Sacrifice got to be made. They got to have new people, just like Elon Musk with the X thing. They downsizing everybody. What they're trying to do is they want entertainment. They want distractions. They don't want all this. See the no Diddy policy, the dabbling clown that we deal with, this asshole from Bad Boy, right? He's being exposed, like as he should. But you have to understand, if you play with him right now, you're done. So Google, YouTube don't care about it, but it's like they let us run away with that content. As long as you don't talk about that war over there, you good. But they try to say they're gonna stop all that, but they ain't gonna stop it. It's over. Like, it's a collapse coming real soon, but I'm not saying it's gonna be a bigger collapse. I'm saying what type of collapse. It may not be nuclear. It may be chaotic. So they're trying to recruit idiots like you got on panels, and then DJ Music, no, it's gonna get out there. But you got guys like these as a distraction. See, my channel is a mix of everything. I talk about current events. I talk about what's going on in these groups, who's saying dumb relationship content. And relationship content is a big distraction. A lot of dudes are fucked up out here, and a lot of females is fucked up. I mean, a lot of girls, I'll say women that's fucked up, listen to these dumb females. The ones that do listen to my channel, they have to understand that they don't give a damn about you. They just care about themselves and ego and degradation. Yeah, you got a lot of psycho narcs in between, but you have a lot of narcissistic slaves act like sheep. Well, I'm gonna do what Kevin say, you know, because they're programmed. Kevin done messed them up so good. He did a good job destroying y'all, man. I've been paying attention from 2015 when these spaces wasn't shit. And the sad part about it, I don't understand why y'all do the things y'all do. And to be honest with you, who gives a fuck about what any of them say? See, when I first heard of Kevin through other people, he's dangerous. And he said something to that boy. He said, how big is your piece? Talking about between the legs. And, you know, and when he said that, that's confirmed. That's confirmed on YouTube. There's a video out there you can watch before he had that Shure mic. That man's a sick man. That's a sick man. No regular man should not be asking those questions, which he's not a regular man. He's the same sex. We already know he's on the side, and we saw him on the pallet what Ty City said. So that's confirmed. It's not regular. I don't use the word straight. Straight can be a lot of things. So they done took words and acronyms and definitions. These same sexuals is dangerous, bro. See, they dangerous on Google and YouTube because they're paranoid because their boy Diddy's about to be destroyed. So they all participate. It's over for them. And they know that. Ever since Obama's so-called freedom, he actually hurt their demise of them. So what Obama did was a distraction too. I didn't think I voted for him twice. I think I accidentally voted once. I wanted to see something to see I was ignorant on politics. And after that, I never again. Never again. I didn't even vote for Trump. Let me tell y'all that. Because Trump ain't shit. But Trump eventually won, right? But I watched another old stream that Dre said, oh, he fucked the country up. He did. He fucked the military aspect. The economics was okay, but the military part, controlling the economics, he ruined it. Hey, what's going on, anti-social salute? And that's why a lot of people like him. Now, yeah, you do have tendencies on both sides, but the males perpetuate. That's why a lot of them say a lot of dumb shit online. You just look at X, what you known as Twitter, like formerly known as Twitter. Just pay attention to how these females talk. I got screenshots of them talking bad about them now, about these dudes in these spaces. See, these dudes in spaces done branched out to all forms of platforms, like what was formerly known as Twitter, now it's known as X, and then you have Instagram. You know, Instagram's got a broadcast group. Y'all didn't know that. I said this yesterday. They had that for a reason. See, that podcasting was huge in the pandemic. Y'all had to pay attention. A lot of narcissists done come in and say, hey, entertainers and all that. They're spreading it. That's their thing. Now, I'm breaking it down, the mental aspect. Now, I ain't saying every single person is one, but the majority I've seen that voted for Trump are that way, but I'm not mad at them. I'm gonna tell you a secret, I'm not mad at them. They're just people that's typical. But then you have the dangers of Trump. He can say a lot of shit that sounds great, but it don't work because nobody likes his type. And I noticed they don't live long. The textbooks don't, but the guys like him that live long, he had to manipulate the way to get to the top by other people's that did violent shit and say, hey, you know, Trump's that guy and all that. I used to say that shit when I was in the workplace. But people love Trump to death so much. When I was in the workplace, when the people switched that was voting for Hillary, they moved to the other side of the another city over in Georgia, right? And I was in Smyrna, I used to work at. A lot of people with Trump people came in and took over the damn dealership. That's a damn shame, ain't it? But it goes to show you that DJ Music was saying something that's very valuable in my ear. And I said, this shit is wild. And then you start saying online, see, the reason I didn't come back those years when I used to work on YouTube is because I knew the Trump mania was for real. He tried to get rid of TikTok years ago when it first started. But that Australian guy I mentioned, I don't know his name, but he perpetually, it's going to replace Instagram. No, it didn't. It just made it more valuable. But you got to understand why Trump did what he did, and the guys that TikTok created what they are. That's why you got a lot of hoes be saying a lot of shit, and then you got a lot of females that are lost their shit, act like women. See, real women, they ain't got time to use the internet. We know this. I've seen some out here in my neighborhood in the grocery store. They don't mess with that TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. And if they're married, they ain't got time for that. Most of the people in my mother's age group ain't with that, or in my age group. But you do have a lot of hoes in different age ranges, probably my mom's and probably the younger generation, love this stuff, but see, they're programmed. I can't save all of them. You know, my job is not to save all women. I'm saving the select few that is willing to change and, you know, and stop messing with these dudes online. Now, I ain't pandering or anything. I'm just saying that the guys have to understand, stop messing with these hoes. You're perpetuating the cycle of this utilitarian culture, this what you call liberal culture. And it's utilitarian, by the way. And it's how is the utilitarian? Easy. They make up laws, they lie. If you study how in the arguments, there's some pros and cons to it. The pros sounds fantastic, but the cons of it, and I realized what it is, I said, man, they are so narcissistic with their belief system. Just like you got with BGS and whatchamacallit, Sawyer broke that down years ago, and I said, and I look back at that stream, I said, I'm glad I cut him off like, what, 2 years ago? I don't be watching that nigga no more. He blocked me for some shit with Gino and shit, but I ain't gonna get into that. But that shit is wild, man. It was this morning on old streams. I was listening to my reggae in the background. You know, I was into other things, you know, knowing me. But I had to brush off this topic because this is a problem. They won't change. Quit trying to change people that's always been that way. Oh, girl, what's her name? It's Tavy or whatever her name. She's new to these spaces, and she's following the path of the mainstream manosphere. You know, she's a Latina. To be honest with you, she's not, you know, Filipino, where she's mixed with black and Latino. You know, she's got the piercing on her face. Y'all could go find her on YouTube. Just type in It's Tay Baby or something like that. You'll see in the algorithm and you'll see what I'm talking about. She's got piercings on her jaws. And she said something about OF is going to ban and adult sex, but they're not going to ban. It's a big business. People do human trafficking. They do all types of sick shit. You can't stop people from doing dumb shit. This is what they do. And then you over here trying to be a KS wannabe. You can't do that. Kevin Samuels was a narcissist, man. He controlled y'all. He got y'all in a finesse game. And I know a lot of people like Kevin Samuels. I know people look at him as a god or whatever, but Kevin To be honest with you, we think he's a regular dude and he probably has hoes. No, he's a finesser. I knew from day one when he made that comments about that boys, between the legs, how big it is. He's already suspect to me, because then people say, I've been on Pell's guy. Whoop-de-damn dude. That means you gay just like him. He don't give a fuck about you. Kevin never gave a fuck about nobody but himself. He's a narcissist. He think he was better than everybody. That's why I didn't like his channel. I didn't like his content, and he's trash. He told some narcissistic women some free game, try to tell them, hey, if you want to be married, hey, wife, he was common sense. I mean, just like my dad is. He's textbook. But they'll say some off-the-wall shit. Kevin had some points for them. But a lot of those women you saw on there, the baby, all that, they have that mindset too. They're controlled by guys like that. That's what they like. They like guys like Kevin. Just because he wears a suit don't mean he act like that in the hood. Most of them dudes and him are the same. Regular dudes ain't got time for that. They get done in all day long. But see, guys like Kevin exist because he don't do no time. They be talking. He's a talker. He ain't a tough guy. Because a sissy narcissist, they get done in every day. They rats in real life. It's many types of them. You got street dudes and you got regular dudes, hood dudes, and then you got the guys that live in the burbs, all that. They're the cowards. The guys, the sociopaths, the psychos, they all see get locked up, get told on by individuals like that. But you have to understand, in the court system, the same way, it's designed for them. See, why that personality disorder exists, it exists for a reason. Now, I'm not saying it's the main problem, but that's the most people's problem. But more of them think like that. See, they play on that NPD so bad. It's a disorder. It's curable. They go to therapy, self-therapy, and realize that most of them don't realize they're narcs. But I'm not saying I'm one. I'll never be one, because I don't have that personality, inflated ego. I don't have the... See, a nonchalant, they try to say that's the same. It's not the same. A nonchalant person just don't care. He just don't care, and he's going to do him, and he cares about one thing. They do care. Narcissism don't care. They care about themselves. It's just like Trump. He pretends to care, but really he's not. His mind, it's like his mind leaves from his body. That's a narcissistic behavior. My mom don't even know that. Mind somewhere else. But, I'm not saying that like most people do it, but I'm saying if you do it too many times, I never did it. I pay attention to what I'm looking at. I'm just ignoring that person. I don't like the person. That's different. But we're talking about constantly doing it, and you want to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes females do it, but they was taught, a lot of these females that you see that are narcissists, they get it from the male. It has to be one or the other, because you can't have one side, it's just them. And no, it's both sides, because you have it in the space. The 2.0 has a bunch of narcissists. I don't think they're autistic, no, because autistic people wouldn't fuck with this space. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Most of them don't have autism. I just don't believe it, because autistic persons have different levels of it, because I've been around them in Emory as a volunteer, and I can tell you, the ones on the low side, the normal side, wouldn't fuck with these dudes. Even the ones that's high, they wouldn't be bothered with them. They'd be in a cubicle where those Edomite people be over there in Emory. They wouldn't fool with these idiots, man. They'll say they crazy. How they be talking. See, a narcissistic person picks on weaker people. That's what they do. They go for prey. See, Kevin looked for prey. Preyed on the weak. That's why I didn't care for Kevin, because a lot of people love Kevin Sanders, and I understand his aura and all that stuff. And that's cool. It's just the fact that people try to make him as a god or some shit. I'm like, no, this dude wasn't shit. The only thing people love about Kevin was he said the right words to these females. And they try to say they hate accountability. It's bigger than accountability. That's one thing. They ain't accountable they damn selves. So it's not about accountability. Of course they ain't going to take it, because they was taught by narcissistic males. They're not men, by the way. See, men are different. Do you have narcissistic men? Absolutely. But they look like men, but they're really males on the low. They hate themselves. A true man ain't got time to be a narcissist. He ain't got time for that. And you can't have an inflated ego. See, inflated ego, that's that mentality. It's easy to call him a narcissistic man, but really he's a male. That's why I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of those people, because I will never be a supporter of that. That's what's wrong with these spaces. It is so narco-driven. It's not even funny. And I've learned this from 4 years ago, watching what the hell they be saying. And I'm glad I'm pointing it out. And I'm going to talk about this more, why utilitarianism exists in this world. It's a theory in practice, but it's actually a philosophy that's gotten dangerous. You got 9 philosophers. I said this on that stream, that old stream I said 3 years ago. And I said this again on What's Really Good. And I watched that, and I know Tyrone was on that panel on the tail end. And in general, we talked about some good things afterwards. But that stream, I can look at and say, we was dropping jewels on that. But what Cerulean brought was very simple. Very simple. And these dudes, you say, what, 3 years later, they're doing the same shit? It's not about women no more. It's about their mentality. And, you know, the women is just a distraction. They use it as a hustle. And in reality, they call, what with this, what with that? We already know that, but you niggas is losers. You're the same niggas that perpetuate this shit, and y'all love hoes, and you're the reason why they don't trust your ass. But see, they hate themselves. They see y'all do the same. Both of y'all do the same shit and don't realize that people don't fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with them. I just see what the hell they was talking about in 2020. We understand they're bad, but they're losers. They tell everybody else, but they the biggest loser. You see why people, they get done in? Not tough. The toughest one is quiet. Or smile in your face. That's who you got to watch. It's not the guy that's talked the loudest. The guy that talked the loudest is a narc. He's an idiot. He gets popped every day. They're not tough people. They only go after weak people that they're afraid of. See, Anger Man is the great example. Mal Manor Man, a.k.a. Anger Man, is a clown. I'm glad the music said that. Yeah, about super chats and turn off and shit. I'm glad he said that. He said them celebrities and them things is over. They already took it over. So shouts out to him again. You know, DJ Music again. Salute to him, the teacher himself. But it goes to show you, he's right. The celebrities gonna take the fan base. Of course, they doing it now. Look at mainstream. I said this years ago. I said 2012 is when YouTube already died. The celebrities and the news people's here. Now it's perfected itself. Look at the athletes. I'll give you an example. Kwame Brown did a good job a couple years back, like I would say 3 years ago, doing this live stream stuff, right? You see Dreamers Pro, shots at him, interviewing him, and what's his name? Marcellus Wiley, that used to play football. All these people into the podcast game. You got Pat McAfee that used to punt. He's well known in this stuff. And then now they're combating the mainstream media idiots like Stephen A. Smith. They suck at YouTube. But the ones that's good and got a base, yeah, these rappers, they done took over, bro. They took over. But the narcissism of it, it's fan base and them. That's why people use the word entitled so much. No, y'all entitled because y'all love them. Y'all love narcissists. Y'all love utilitarian people. That's why y'all blue pill. If you're blue pill, you gotta love utilitarianism. You gotta love narcissism. That's the only way I can pinpoint this and say, these niggas claim in red pill, but they're not. They're really blue pill bitch ass niggas. They're nothing but utilitarian narcissists. And what I mean by that is utilitarian people have a narcissistic view. They look at the world narrow-minded. They believe in consequential, shit. If you study consequentialism and all this other stuff, they're backwards. They have laws that are so backwards in this country, it is utilitarian. Like every inch you can think of. The only thing missing is they don't have total utilitarianism because they want no leadership. That ain't never gonna work because you're gonna always have issues in societies and Masonic orders. Like, they're not gonna stop that. But I'm just getting to the point. I'm gonna get to the point why I say these spaces support that, because they love them so much. That's why a lot of they love these hoes, man. That's why I don't just blame, it's this and that. No, nigga, you love them. There's a difference between not liking them and just let's stop talking about it. You talk about it one time, that's it. But you make your whole content about all females. Same with these sorry ass so-called women. They really females on the low, and they act like a bunch of narcissists. Don't even realize it. Like Tay, she needs to be quiet about that shit. See, I already know her weakness. I don't think she is, but she needs to quit talking about these people. That ain't gonna help your content grow. See, Kevin, I already know what he's about. He's a perfecter at it. And I'm not pro Kevin over here. I'm anti Kevin over here. I tell you, I'm anti narcissistic people over here. Because I know what they own. Everybody's on that tip, and they hate that word. No, it's true, because y'all know y'all have an inflated ego. You think you're better than somebody. That's why people don't fuck with y'all, and y'all don't live long. I'm telling you, for your own good, y'all not built for this shit, bro. Y'all can't last on the internet, and then you meet them in person, needs food. Ain't nobody like these niggas like that in real life. Don't let them lie to you. They lie way more than a sociopath and a psychopath. That's why narcissistic people do not live long. They think they do. The only way they live long because weak people allow them. That's why the 2-point whole manosphere exists, because you got a lot of narcissistic followers dictate, no matter if they're male or female, because that's why Kevin exists. Kevin was part of the 5 pillars of leadership. You had him, BGS, Yes, Mal Mannerman, aka Angry Man, and then you had O'Slayer, he's a boo-boo head, fuck him too, and Oblivion, aka Obsidian. Those are your 5 pillars of 2.0. That's your leadership, and they're trash. Rest of them went to TikTok. I said this 3 years ago, was going to TikTok, and they fucked it up. And the only reason they fucked it up, them and Andrew Tate, they fucked it up. Mainstream, they fucked it up. And that's why the government wants to get rid of them, because they have this so-called, I'm red pill, this and that, and they ain't even red pill. These dudes is frauds, man. They act just like Trump. And they try to claim Trump is this. Trump ain't red pill, he's blue pill. Trump was a Democrat and lied about being a conservative. He's always been liberal. And he always have a utilitarian mind, because Trump, in that Central Park 5, that's going to be ever on top of his head. He can't run from that. That's why I don't fuck with him, because of that. Ain't nobody fucking with Trump. I never liked Trump. Trump's a character. He's an idiot, but he's somebody I just don't take seriously. I'm glad I didn't vote for him, because I'm not stupid like you niggas out here. See, you niggas like to be coons, and this is what coons, it is what it is. Yeah, honeypot now. Yeah. But it's sad. But you do have a lot of females that are narcissists, and the reason they act like that, and if you notice, they act just like dudes when they talk. And you got them in these spaces. And I'm not dissing nobody. I'm just saying, no matter who it is, and if they love chaos, I understand. But I'm talking about the majority that they got so-called ridiculed. They love that shit. They was looking for a man that night. Now, the single moms, yeah, we already know they are. Or single mothers. Now, some single mothers, you do that meanwhile they got pregnant by accident. Okay, those ones, they're not like that. But the ones that's chronic and they constantly love street dudes and all that, and they always call them narcissists, right? Well, they love them. That's why they use the word, but don't understand that you like that inflated ego they got, but he's not really about nothing in real life. So he gets exposed by men out here. That's why these females love him. And the males love narcissistic women. They love each other. They stick together. I try to tell you, it's a utilitarian society. They want it a certain way to talk about. That's why if you go on panels like, what's that guy, Sharon? I don't fuck with dude. That's a clown show. You got Taz on there, aka Shannon. Fuck out of here. They're crybabies, man. And then you got Mr. Triple X, y'all boy. And what did my man say? Call him a gorilla simp. And I said that on the Ball X. Yeah, 2 gorilla simps crying. We Lock Nation him. Ain't nobody listen to them niggas like that. So I'm a man, I ain't got time for that. And what they got on the panel, they said, oh, they ladies. They look like ladies, but they act like they act like whores. They don't act like no ladies. They don't should be cussing on panels. If you're a lady, just don't be foul. And men won't have to cuss as much. I don't have to. But I'm just saying that's on my end. But, y'all can call me on whatever. But I'm just saying a lot of these females talk a whole lot of shit online and claiming they women, but they're not. See, women ain't got time to be on panels. I talk to real women that don't do this internet shit. I can have a conversation. I used to do that when I was in the workplace. These dudes that talk to these so-called women, they looking for a man. If you're married and they say they married, really they're not married. They're probably single, divorced, or cheating on their man and looking for dick. That's what they doing. But that's the narcissism on both sides. Say, women cheat a lot. Well, men cheat too. So both sides cheat. So what's the damn difference? Like, I'm so sick of the double standard on both sides because y'all love this shit, man. I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute, and then old girl try to say they're going to get rid of the adult. No, they're not. It's too much money in it. Your dumb ass is doing something that don't make sense. And I don't believe in monogamy. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Monogamous marriages, it's a lot wrong with them, and they're broken. And the shouts of the ones that's doing it for a long time now. My parents did it, but they're kind of separated. I'm not gonna get into their business. They've been married for like 40 years, but the personalities, they fell apart. That happens. But on paper, they're still married, for 40 years, but they're separated, so it happens. And when I saw Night Talk's response, reaction video to this, the divorce lawyer, the divorce attorney, he says a lot of stuff that people, if you take idolatry, which I'll call religion, out of it, you will see the flaws in the laws. These guys have a point. The problem with their bullshit argument is y'all love hoes so much. Y'all not committed. And the marriage is between the Most High, Yah, and everything else, and the God, the power that I serve. God means power that I serve. It's for multiple women or one woman. But monogamy is a Western concept. It is a Western concept. I don't use the word European and African. Those are man-made terms as well. I'm not getting in those stupid modern terms that y'all use. It's a Western concept. And it doesn't work. A lot of people get into marriage for I'll say about 15 to 20 years, but afterwards, people gonna get tired. They're gonna grow out of each other. You know what I'm saying? And people want more. If you're into one person, that itis, people are gonna cheat. They try to say, he says the nature of people gonna cheat. Yeah, they're gonna cheat and mess up. If the sex is cut off or the intercourse is cut off, I don't say sexual intercourse is cut off. He said that's one of the main reasons why a lot of them fail. It's financial. That's one of them. Financial is probably the second reason. And the main thing, sex is the number one reason why it's cut off in the beginning. Then the financial aspect comes in. That's like number two. And then the third thing is the kids outgrow whatever. Parents get divorced out of high school. I saw this as a young person. I went to school with people that had divorced parents. And I'm talking about the middle school years. I'm talking about early 2000s. The 90s was, everybody was close-knit. But when I went to middle school in the early 2000s and to high school, it's gotten worse and worse. And it's getting worse now because it's just like high school all over again. Because in college, I didn't go to college for like 4 years, but I'm just saying that's the norm. So again, these dudes talking about a bunch of bullshit. There was some decent stepdads in the day. They didn't abuse their people. And the reason why they hate them so much, they probably got abused by their stepdad. That's why I got a lot of weirdos in these spaces. They say it's a thankless job. No, sometimes it can be a thankless job, but it depends on who you are as a person. If the child loves you, hey, you love the child. But you got to understand the child needs both parents, right? And the real fault ain't shit like these niggas on here, because you got a lot of dudes as baby daddies in these spaces. Don't get me started. It's a lot of baby dads in these 2.0 spaces. This is why I don't fuck with 2.0, because y'all hypocrites. Y'all love hoes. And this is why people don't fuck with y'all. And that's why certain females and certain women talk bad about y'all, because y'all lame. And then you wonder why you got narcissistic females siding with you, hoes siding with you, the ones that's corrupt. I ain't gonna mention no names. I'll drop some names and say, call them out and fuck them. I ain't gonna argue with your weak ass, because I'm a real man. I ain't got time for shit like this. But you're gonna know that a lot of people love this shit. And if I told it's Tay Baby, man, why the hell did you make that stream or that recording about ban OF and listen to Candace Owens? Candace Owens don't give a fuck about you, because her narcissistic self married a British guy. And she always hated the male side of our species. And she's a C word. Not that rhymes with you know what. But she's racially, if you want to talk about derogatory, like the rhymes with you know what, with the animal. That's what she is. Or should I say, I'm just going to say coon, yeah, a traitor. And she said, I dated black guys. She said it on the break. So, bitch, no, you didn't. You probably dated a few and went on the other side. I know her type. Everybody done kicked off on every platform. They tired of Candace Owens. They know she's a clown. She don't know what anybody listens to Candace Owens is delusional. Just gonna tell you that right now. I don't even like Candace Owens. I already knew she was fucked up, and then she trying to say ban OF. Ain't nobody going for that. Ain't nobody going for that. She turned a lot of people off on it. Her followers probably watch OF. I try to tell you, these hoes love simps, man. Simps will always be an abundance for these hoes because that's why they ain't shit either. So they on the spectrum as well. See, I'm putting them in one box and I'm lining them up like we executing. But they know damn well y'all love Kevin Samuels bullshit. And I understand why y'all like Kevin, because Kevin is appealing to the masses. He's appealing to people, and y'all love this shit. And that's why a lot of y'all fucked up out here. Y'all fucked up out here because y'all know if BGS talks about it for hours, and shouts out to Saru breaking it down, they always gonna blame the woman. Now I understand in general, him and Saru had debates about male and female dynamics and talk about relationships, and he was saying, what about her? What about her? Y'all blame her all the time. Yeah, she's responsible for certain things, but she's not the beneficiary. We're responsible for our actions. And I try to tell this to White and everybody else, no, we got to change. We got to change this man. I ain't saying we got to change our personality. I'm saying we got to change the way we think about them, because whatever we do, they do. They are a reflection as a species, as a group, or what you say racially. I know they messed up because society, but you niggas is cowards. That's why the other groups beat us and y'all kept playing about race. We'll stop talking about them. It's really that simple. Don't give them attention. See, the more attention you give them, we'll get our so-called women back. But we're not trying to save them. A lot of these simps ruin them. So they got to let them die. You know what I'm saying? And the same with the females. Let these weak boys die if you don't want them. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a balance somewhere between both sides, because we got to tell them the truth, and then they do their part. And these weak dudes got to die. Let them die off and do their thing. Yeah, he pretty much took it. He said, Captain Cold-Blooded. Remember Square Red Pill Rollo? A lady said his personal hygiene is foul, and he pretty much took it. Yeah, he took it. But Rollo, he's a fool. Yeah. And that's why it's sad, you know, and I understand why I'm breaking down narcissists on both sides, but I'm saying, like, the males that are like that, like Kevin is a great example. I don't listen to him. But I understand why Kevin did what he did. He exposed a lot of the male hypothesis and the female hypothesis of how they think like him. Now, Kevin didn't give a damn. I couldn't say he's nonchalant. No, a nonchalant person, he cares a little bit, but there's a certain angle that he has to talk. He has to care about the people he care about, but don't care about the fools that talk bad about him. See, a narcissist person, he's entitled. He's a beast. He preys on the weak. He's a predator. His job is to destroy people. He don't even have to be a sick predator. He can be a predator on the minds of people that's gullible. Like, they go after old people like Trump does, and Trump tells on himself. And that's why Trump won the presidency. Not only he won, the people up top allowed him to win. See, Obama got 2 years and showed who he is. And I told this to Triple A. He had no scrutiny because he was better than Trump. Even though Obama's not perfect foreign policy wise, I don't care if his ass no way. But when you're talking about guys like Trump, we talking about narcissism, right? And we're talking about both sides. And, you know, females, where they get it from the males. These guys that they date, no matter if he's a street dude or a Brian, L. Chad, or wherever his name is, Eric. What's the other guys they like? Kyle. Let me say Ted. The guys that look ripped, you see, and what's that dude that be in the mainstream answer that takes steroids, that he's caught being a fraud, a fake alpha, them types. That's what these hoes like. They like guys like that on the low, the ones that's brainwashed. But then you got a lot of them, the other side of them, it's the same too, that don't care for those guys, but they love trashy niggas like your Rodneys and Rays, Del Rays, Dennis's. Then you got some in the church, Matthews with the little the Jesus tattoo. Yeah, Billy and Kevin, all them niggas, man. Like, and what's the other name? Niggas named Aaron. That's crazy. And then he call himself all this shit. And they love these type of dudes and want to complain. Oh, he's that you love him when you say that, and then you go back to him. That means they love him. And I'm gonna tell this to Dat Boy Will. Dat Boy Will, they love him because they're narcissists, man, and they're narcissistic. And the women say a man's a narcissist. They one too. They love him, and I figured it out. That's why I don't mess with them. That's why these relationship conversations are so trash, because y'all love this shit. I figured it out from 2020 when I was on those panels, when y'all certain conversations, and 2021 when I was over at Kudas, and these dudes is retarded. And a lot of people try to say game don't exist. Well, some game back in the day, if you want to talk about the Superfly era, yeah, you could say that. But here's the problem with that. It's nothing wrong approaching females. But here's the thing, you can't do that in this 21st century, this new school Gen Z / Alpha and Beta era. We're going to call it Z to Beta era right now. We're in the Z to Beta area right now, not ours, because we're Generation Y. What they ignorantly call us millennials. You got your millennial Gen X's from, a lot of people try to say 81. No, it's 84, because 84 to 81, they grew up with the Gen X. I have cousins around those ages, by the way. And 85 to my generation, I hate to say, when we was growing up, I grew up with people that was born 85 all the way through 94. But even though we was older than the ones in the early 90s, but we were around the same age. But we were Generation Y. If you want to talk about Generation Y, that's us. That's 85 to 94. We was like what they call the, birds will flock together. But here's the thing. A lot of that generation are the star children. Now, the star children is the older generation, they say in the 80s. That's the Gen X millennial babies. Then you got your Generation Y millennial babies, but they were better. Even though we ain't perfect, neither side is perfect, because if our parents are fucked up, I didn't grow up in a single parent home like these weird old niggas do, because they saw a lot of pain and struggle. And I understand they slow and stupid and derelict. And they don't want to shit on everybody. It's the woman's fault, this and that. And like, no, it ain't, nigga. It's just your ego and you need help. And there's options out there. You can be productive and go out there. The 1.0 gave y'all options, website, jobs, and all that. They had other guys doing it. Yeah, Rick Scorpio talk about jobs. Soul and Black Wacky, all them guys talk about jobs. Sergeant Wood P, we helped them boys in Philly, jobs. I listened to him recently about the dynamics about this other nigga, but we ain't gonna get into that. Shouts out to him. And all this, but these guys from the 5 pillars of the manosphere 2.0 girls that they are, love Kevin. Kevin was one. BGS on the other side that came, and then you got Angry Man, Mal Manor Man, and what's your boy O Slayer, the boo boo guy, to try to be the celebrity guys. He's a clown. Then Corey Holcomb mentioned him. Corey, you have no idea about that dude. That dude's a clown, bro. I don't even like dude. And Oblivion from Philly, Obsidian. Out of all people, them 5 weirdos. And then, I mean, Charles is decent. I'm not going to diss Charles. I mean, he's cool with Dre and whatever. I don't hate the guy. I mean, he's kind of lost with them guys, but I don't know why he hangs with them niggas, man. He needs to have his own shit. Him and Sterling is cool. But it's a shame, and I understand they little history with them niggas, but them niggas is crazy. Talking about, let's go mess with the youth. And I ain't going to say the P-File shit. That's what they own. And I noticed what they were saying back then, and then I look at 2021, and y'all pro that, and that's why y'all traveling. You got old boy traveling to Thailand, to Ladyland. We ain't gonna get into that, but your boy, the prophet, I shook my head, you better than that. But see, that's that, men, yeah, real estate, right. But you got old boy with the mic, I salute him for the help, have my own shit, but dude, I try to tell him, you're better than that. But he's stuck into that utilitarian mode. Yeah, these niggas, it's funny, but these niggas is dumb. They say, and they co-sign niggas that be doing nasty shit. And then, DJ Music broke it down. I saw his stream today. I said, let me do a stream about this old girl talking about they gonna get rid of OIF. No, they're not. And it's just like the title said, 2 sides cannot get rid of adult entertainment. And I ain't gonna say the P word on here because you know what it is. It's addiction. It's a mind control of 2 sexes. And if you notice, relationship talks always in. And I love listening to these reactions because they're idiots in the day. Dat Boy Will and all them guys and they so-called game they got. They hilarious to me. But these fools don't realize y'all into this so-called manosphere space because it's Kevin Samuels. And the sad part, he has the narco tag, and they don't like that. But it's the truth. He don't care about neither side. He care about himself. He's more like Trump. He's a community guy. He's a leader. I'm for the community. He try to say, hey, yes, you are. with lies and shit. It's just like the conscious community. They had the same mentality too. I'm talking about them too, because that's where all it stems from. Kevin figured it out. Let's get the females. The black woman is God. That's the mentality they have, and this is why he got the followers he got. They all listen to Kevin. You niggas barely missed the mark. He had that because he understood. Yeah, certain people, yeah. I said the same thing. It's just like, it goes to show you what niggas gonna be who they are. I'm not mad at them though. I've learned in YouTube, they like that shit. If you're in that mainstream media, you gotta have that mindset I just mentioned in the title. See, utilitarianism is dangerous. It sounds great in theory. It is a theory, but it turned into an actual philosophy now. They confirmed it with 9 philosophers. And me and Stuart talked about, nihilists and stoic people are serious people. They do things. Me personally, I ain't got time to argue with niggas on panels about the box this, the box that, the women this, and all that, knowing about her. Who cares? If you want to learn that, go to Instagram and study them. And don't say nothing in the comments. And they gonna tell you what they think about you. And they let you know on X. I suggest y'all, if y'all have an X account, just listen to what they be saying about these dudes being in their DMs and be begging for you know what. And I try to tell Tay, quit listening to these Instagram and these X hoes. They don't care nothing about you, Tay. They know you part of pro mano, and they gonna call you what they call them, pick-me's, because they means mammy, because pick-me's mean mammies. Yeah, you got 2 types. You got the ones, I hate the term pick-me itself, but that means mammy. And it's no way around it. Girl, and what's the name? River, they call you a mammy because the way you talk and you try to sound like KS. They really want to say that about her, but she's decent. You know, she should never call herself a pick-me. It ain't got nothing to do with picking. If a guy picks you, he picks you to be his wife. He picks you to be his helpmate, all the things you can do, and then it's reciprocal on both sides. But if you want multiple wives, you got to be agreed to it. But not everybody believes that. They believe in monogamy. See, monogamy taught us how to be like the so-called white men and everybody else. That's a Western concept, by the way. And I think Charleston White said it. He's absolutely correct. I don't fuck with the dude, but he's correct. It is a Western concept. And most of these dudes just want multiple women. I don't blame them. But we can't go by the old ways of the ancient world because everything's mine now. So if you have multiple wives, my requirement is 4 different age groups. Get somebody like late 20s. I'll say early 30s. And that's it. If you want an older woman, that's cool. That's your choice. But these dudes don't know how to do that. They want to go lower and lower. And that's why they brainwash. I said this, I think 3 years ago, and they said, greetings, Queen. Or sun kiss. It's sun kiss. But it's crazy. But you got a lot of dudes co-sign this shit, and they think this is cool. That's why BGS and them guys are sick, because they're weird, because they understand one thing about me. I'm anti them anyway. So if you don't agree on their lines, they like, nigga, you out of here. You messing with our program. See, they use the word program. They're trying to program you. They're no different than these guys in mainstream media. But they'll find ways to fuck with you psychologically, because see, their job is to dictate your belief system. See, a lot of these hoes that they like, and I'm not calling them women, by the way. They look like women, but they're not. It's what they say in out their mouths. And you can tell if they tell you got OnlyFans models on their panels. What's his name? Fantasy Girl Island on their panels. I'm talking about Anton and BGS and all them. They love that shit. They dreamed about this 3 years ago. They was talking in a conversation about panels. How can we get the OnlyFans models and these harlots over here to get on the... They dreamed about this. Even Kevin. You want to solve the problem with these men, you know, males, by the way. They're not men, but males. And you want to solve this problem? Let's give them that. And then they went thirsty for it. And they start tricking. They start acting crazy. And I'm not saying if you do that, that's your thing. And I ain't trying to tell you be a player either. It's no need. It's best to ignore them. OnlyFans is designed to control certain females. Well, actually, most females, by the way, but not all women. But most women have enough sense to don't degrade themselves like that. Because once you're on OnlyFans, that shit gets leaked to all types of nasty websites, and you're done. Y'all on the Google photos and all that stuff. They got you. They got you everywhere on what you got. They got you on the Apple. Like I said, Apple is not easy to hack. That's a lie. East Indian hackers can hack your shit and sell your shit on Telegram somewhere, and then you're like, what the fuck happened? Yeah, and they spread that shit around Reddit. So don't get me started, because that happens all the time. And I see a lot of these females that did that, and I'll tell you something about OnlyFans. We're gonna get into that topic in just a second, and why OnlyFans trying to be like YouTube. They try to delete all the adult content on there, and YouTube will never do it because it's big business. They're not going to do it, and Google's not going to do it because they need entertainment. See, Google and YouTube want entertainment. That's all they want. They don't care about the intellectual stuff I'm saying, because they look at it, oh, he's a threat. Blah, blah, blah. That's why everybody's going to other places. But me, they'll put me in that category of, you're on that side, we over here. That's how it is. OnlyFans trying to do the same thing. If you notice, they study Google and YouTube. What made them last long? Content. Content and lies. That's what the mainstream, the media wants to control everything, right? And celebrities, right? But the OnlyFans models that you saw that was popular on X or whatever platform, on Instagram, whatever, you have to understand, a lot of them just got deleted. Like your favorites that got deleted, they're doing a clean sweep on it. They're trying to be like YouTube. I don't want to say this to them because I know a few of them that try to change their life and reform, and I try to tell them, what made you want to do that? And then, I ain't trying to sound like these dudes on these panels, and I told them that's what they did, but normally you learn from them. You just listen to what they be saying. All right, she's too far gone and she's damaged, and if she got kids or whatever. But a lot of them didn't. Yeah, now you do have some quit early, somewhere around before the pandemic. I mean, not before, but after the pandemic, I'll say like 2016, and they delete their stuff. Yeah, but their stuff is there forever. If you wife one of them fellas, that's on you. She used to shake our ass for a quick second during the pandemic, and then you got one that shook their ass other platforms. But you gotta understand, OnlyFans is trying to kill that shit. They was trying to kill that. What Kevin was saying, yeah, this came true, but it came late. What's keeping it alive is people supporting it and simps. But in reality, you get to see the same pictures over and over again. Like, they've had it from years, or they've been sitting on it. And that's why the adult industry is damn near almost dying, but it ain't really dying out completely. It's fetish adult industry content. Fetish content is king in their platform right now. See, there's this one female I be watching on the timeline. She said she didn't get no AVN award. Girl, that's designed for those individuals that created it. You just over there as a guest. And she trying to say, I'm going to do the same thing. I said, girl, you can't do it. And she blocked one of these dudes named Harry. And then Harry went and told her the truth. And she didn't like that. She has a simp boyfriend or whatever. But I ain't going to mention her name because y'all already know who she is, who I'm talking about. But it's crazy, man. But we're not going to talk about these other hoes that be on panels talking shit. And I'm not talking about, y'all know who I am in these spaces. A lot of them. It ain't just her. And they have the nerve to say, well, I got an OF. That don't mean nothing. See, it's Tay, baby, whatever your name is. I don't know if you're going to watch this video or not. If you ever come across it, I said, girl, quit saving these females. They ain't women. You said, women. You sound like these niggas. Most females, most so-called women, or I should say women try to refer to them as women. They're not. They act like females. Like, I'll give you an example. If you say he's a man, but he acts like a male, he's a male. He lost the man title. You have to be a man to be disciplined and not think about sex every day. You ain't got no hobbies. You ain't got no structure and culture. And the more y'all do that, is what it is. And they love this shit, man. And they love this shit. And they love, the prostitutes and whatever, you name it. But it just goes to show you that the stuff is going on. But a lot of stuff, like in the entertainment industry, that's what they do. But you get people upset about a lot of things. But I said they love this stuff all the time. And that's why you got the BGS and them guys in the world and Kevin's that birth y'all. And then these people that's in these certain spaces, so-called red pill spaces, they listen to guys like, okay, yeah. So if you hear women like, what's her name? It's Tay Baby. She come from TikTok. But she was listening to what Kevin says. What she know about him? See, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of so-called manosphere rejects moved to TikTok years ago in 2022. When I saw that, they already ruined TikTok. See, TikTok, when it first came off, it was decent for the first 2 years. I would say like 2020, 2021, but it's around 2019. It wasn't shit then. And then Kuda kept saying it was the next big thing in 2021. I told him, dude, that's bullshit. Y'all ruined it. Because they was getting popped on YouTube in 2021 around that time. They censoring everybody and locking these dudes up, right? That talk like that. I'm talking about that particular manosphere space, the 2.0 guys. These guys are dangerous. That's why the manosphere don't really exist anymore, because they try to say there's a 3.0 space. No, it ain't. They tried that. And I'm not dissing them fellas, but dude, y'all need to go sit down with that. That shit's dead. O'Shea done destroyed y'all. He destroyed Kuda and y'all, and y'all ain't getting no recognition. The only reason y'all getting recognition, and shouts to people subscribe to, that's cool, but me, I'm not gonna support that. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all just want to argue with them niggas all day. They don't care about you. They made y'all. They said, we made those guys like Complex and them. See, talking shit. I heard what BGS said on Art of New Styles panel, I would say years ago. I think when I was over there active, I think 2021 and 22, and they said, and BGS said something to him and said, we made y'all niggas. He was saying that shit. He said that 3 years ago. It's an old stream, and I can't tell you what. Art has so many damn streams. I'm not going to pull it up. Y'all can go find it. He probably hid it somewhere and hide it like he always do. And he said that. I remember him saying that on stream. It's on stream and it's recorded. He said that to them niggas. And I think it was Black Brain Trust. I'm not dissing them or anything. I'm just saying I just don't support that no more. I just let them, like, dude, y'all fighting a dying battle. Ain't nobody listening to y'all like that. They listen to y'all for good information. Y'all tell your stories. That's great. But BJ's always gonna hold that over your head. He just, when I say he holds that over your head, he's a narcissist. That's what they do. They prey on the weak. And the minds that people, they say, why they fall him? Because they love him. They love him. They love this man. Then Kevin Sanders. Him and Kevin, they the same. His real name is Kevin, by the way, too. So he's been doxxed before, so it ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. And he ain't gonna be 70 in a couple more years. And I'll be 40 real soon. A couple more years, because we're both born on the 8th. So at least I'm taking care of myself. I'll get my shit, my physical done real soon, but whatever. And get that out the way, knock that out. But I'm just saying, that's the stuff that I have to look at. So I'm taking care of myself. I ain't drinking no smoke. I haven't drunk alcohol since 22 years old. Like, it was mild, so it was wine and all the other stuff. And my family loves drinking. I know these niggas love drinking too, but I made a decision in my 20s. I wasn't going to drink the rest of my life like that. Like, just be ignorant like that. That's what my family did. That's how they get fat and they gain weight. Like I said, alcohol don't make you fat. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you eat the wrong shit, it does. It blows you up. Messes with your size of your body, ruins everything. They try to tell me it don't. Yes, it does. I've seen it in my own family. They look horrible when they big like that. That's the alcohol and the mix of a lot of other nonsense. And stress blows you up. And I believe that, because that triggers it. Especially us people, like, of our colors, like, you know, the black people and the different shades of brown over here. That's why we're so fucked up. And then, if you notice these guys in these spaces, in the 2.0 space, they always complain about their former wives, girlfriends, their alcoholism, and all types of nonsense, but they a bunch of narcs on the low, and then you got a lot of them are just out there, and they prove my point why the females that they create with. Yeah, I reduced my drinking years ago, because I used to drink casually and all that stuff, but I just don't want to go down that diabetes road. Diabetes is a silent killer. And it can wear on your life. And now my dad has it. He's 71. He's in good shape. But there's ads about how to pee out blood sugar. You know what I mean? Urinate blood sugar. And I saw them ads on YouTube that said, why are they talking about erectile dysfunction and, the sexual stuff and the prostate stuff. So I see Google through YouTube is pushing these ads like that. Why is up with these ads? I'm watching different content, similar content or music content. They pushing all these ads. I'm like, what they trying to sell? And they trying to sell you something. You know what I'm saying? But it goes to show you. And it's just like, it goes to show you that a lot of stuff is just go crazy. And it just goes crazy. Like, I look at this stuff as painful, what people go through, but you can't tell me that these people ain't got problems. They got problems, man. And I just like, I don't even waste my time beating up on. See, the last couple of years, I think from 22 to now, I stopped giving a fuck about these niggas. These niggas is lame, man. Because all they're going to do is talk about the same old stuff. And he said, sir, what's the title about? What's going on, Degenerate? I'm talking about these niggas in these 2.0 spaces. They claim they know everything. And they always preach this up. And BGS brought up the word utilitarianism to my mind back in 2019. He did a video on Batman and Owlman. And my whole purpose of doing the pre-record years ago, like in 2021, around January of 3 years ago, I was trying to counter his argument because he conflated that word so much. Me and Cerulean talked about it. We had a series of streams about it. We talked about, y'all can go watch them, have fun, and all that stuff. I mentioned it on the what's really good and all this stuff. I'm talking about real stuff. We're talking about how people use that philosophy, and it's a bad philosophy. It's actually a bad theory to use, and it's practiced in America. Thanks to Cerulean breaking it down, it is blue pill. And he tried to say it's black pill. This nigga tried to say it's black pill. No, it ain't, nigga. How can you be a nihilist, but you claim you're a black pill utilitarian? I'm like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, you old ass. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, the daddy wounds, yeah. He's a clown, man. He's been doing that for years, man. Like, if you go way back, he's been doing this for a long time with Angry Man and all them. He's been around in them MGTOW spaces too damn long, and he's bringing that bullshit into these black spaces in the 2.0 space and claim they 1.0, but they wasn't. A lot of sellout niggas that was a part of 1.0 that hated Wacky and Soul and Black joined him. That's why his followers is mix of that and a mix of a lot of these weirdos from the alphabet community. We ain't gonna get into that, but they support that. That's why Kevin exists. Kevin studied the older spaces. He wasn't dumb. He knew how to manipulate the guys. It ain't really the guys. He wanted the females. They give him support. And they have his mindset. And then you have women complain. He talk about how fat and all that. That's banter. That ain't even real. But then they turn around and think just like him, and they probably had it in them the whole time. They just like him, and they didn't know how to express it. He gave them a style, and then now you see him with mics, you see him with green screens, you see him with all types of shit. See, Melody King's another fraud. She got exposed, and yeah, they exposed dude with the light skin, but it's clown shit. They try to say this space is so small. It ain't small. The only thing small about it is probably in the so-called black sector, it's very small, probably about a milliliter. But at one time, everybody was part of the conscious community. That ain't small, that's big. Online. Offline, yeah. Online, no. And the biggest was Kevin Samuels. Out of the 5 guys I mentioned. He led that. BGS was probably the main leader that started, him and Obsidian, them two, but it's really Kevin. And the other two don't count. They fighting over who was the leader way before that. Them niggas suck. Nobody listen to O'Shea like that because O'Shea can't crack a million. And so is Angry Man. They lame, bro. They the same niggas that get tired over the same old shit. Yeah, he's still Soul and Black with me over here. I know he's going by Patriot Bet, but still, that guy was the pinnacle of 1.0. He's on Rumble. Y'all can go watch him. Salute to him. But a lot of people get upset. But I had to do this title, and this is just strictly what this girl I said on my live stream. She said OF is going to be banned, adult industry ban. They're not going to ban that because you got too many derelict Negroes and derelict narcissists of they are will not let things go because they love them harlots, man. They love them hoes, man. They love them whores, they would say. So anyways, man, it's been an hour and, it's been talking to y'all. It's been real, but salute to everybody. Degenerate, Miss Queen Sunkiss, Wacky, the legendary Wacky World of O. Y'all support him, whatever. Leonard, I'll say CCB, Captain Cold Blooded. Yeah, shouts out. And Khalil Bell as always. And you know how it is. And TC Killer, of course, Tyrone Church. Yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody, man. Like, I had to get this off my chest, man, because I felt like I need to do a stream like this. This is the only stream. This is the last time I'm going to talk about it, because old girl kind of semi-triggered me just a little bit. But I just, yeah, I'm going to be safe. And salute to you. Same to you as well. But it just goes to show you that she's a clown, bro. She's a clown. And she tries to be in these spaces. These so-called women, or they really females, need to stop using talking points of KS, because it doesn't help you at the end, because people are going to look at you like you're crazy anyway. And plus, they in the TikTok generation. I can't stand them. They're the worst. So I'm signing out. Shalom to the people of Israel and the Gentiles of always. And until next time, I'll see y'all on the next one. And yes, I'm going to drop a different historical video. I'm just going to put this out there. It's going to be something different, but, you know, something I'm going to cook up, and that's it. And until next time, I'm signing off and I'm out.